As an ADHD adult, knowing these organization secrets will make it easier to keep your home clutter free. The first thing is to break things down. When you have ADHD, you're less likely to do the bigger task and more likely to do a smaller task. It has to do with a couple of things. One, the bigger task is going to take a lot more time and you're going to have to focus on it a lot more time. As opposed to the smaller task, you're going to take less time, don't have to focus on it as much, and then you can get through it much quicker. So let's think about this in relation to organization. When you think about organizing your whole home at one time, that feels maybe overwhelming. That feels like a huge task for you to do all in one sitting. Or you just organize a room or a part of a room that's much easier. You can see that's going to take you a lot less time. You don't have to focus on it as much. And that is a win for you because you're going to be more motivated to do this smaller section. And there's going to be a higher possibility that you actually get through and finish that section as well. So why am I holding this book in my hand? Because it has to do with the next hack. How long can you stay focused on doing one thing? Because when you're organizing, you're going to have to stay focused doing one thing for maybe a very long time. And so what you want to do with that is you want to actually take breaks while you're doing that task. Because when you have ADHD, it's going to be hard to keep your focus on that thing. You're going to get a little bit tired just thinking about that thing and doing that thing over and over again, and your brain needs a break. So take breaks, schedule them in. After 15 minutes of organizing, take a 5-minute break and then come back and do another 15 minutes if you can. And try this hack. Listen to an audiobook, a podcast, music, whatever you like to hear in your ear. Have your headphones on, your earbuds on, have that playing, and that way it can help you focus and motivate you while you're doing your organization. So why am I holding this box? It has to do with the next hack, and that is you have to be able to see everything really clearly. And I'm holding this box, but behind the box, I have a remote, and you would have never seen the remote if it's behind the box. But if the boxes are moved and you have two things separately, you can easily see both of them. And so that's the point when you have ADHD, you want to actually organize things and set things down so you can easily see both things and all things in your home, or at least the essential things. And this all has to do with out of sight, out of mind for ADHD. And what it is every time that you actually put something behind something where you cannot see it, it actually disappears and you may not remember that it's there, and you may just forget you even put it there. So you don't want to do that. You want to have things really easy to see all the time, or you might just lose things even though you just put them down a few seconds ago. So why am I holding these shirts? It's because this is the next hack. It has to do with color organization. All these shirts are the same color. So what you do is you actually pick a section in your closet and you put clothes that are the same color in that section, whether it's blue, green, yellow, whatever color you have, multiple clothes of that color, you put them in that section. That way, when you go and look in your closet and you're looking for a blue shirt or a green shirt or whatever, you know it's in that section in your closet. You're able to find it really quickly because you know what section it goes in. It goes in the section with all the other clothes of the same color, so it makes it really easy to organize your closet. Have you ever heard of the 90 rule? Well, it's the next hack. If you haven't used something in 90 days and do not plan to use it in the next 90 days, then it is basically clutter. You do want to keep the essential things, but if you have something that's in that category, like you just haven't missed it at all, and you find it and you're like, why do I still have this? Then it may be something you want to throw away. For example, this is my humidifier. I haven't used this thing in a very long time. It just sits somewhere and I know I need to get rid of it. And so this fits into the 90-day rule. This is something that I should look at and say, okay, this is probably clutter at this point. I should donate it or get rid of it some way. So go through your home, and if you find things like that, figure out, does it fall into the 90-day rule? And is it not essential, or is it essential? So either way, you just look at it and say, I need to keep this, or this is really something I can probably go ahead and throw away. So why am I holding protein in a shaker cup? Yeah, I'm into fitness, but it has to do with the next hack, which is put things with a similar purpose or for a specific activity together in one place. That way, when you have to do that activity or when you need them, you can go find them really easily. You don't have to go look around for them in separate places. For example, when I want to actually have a protein shake, I know exactly where these two things are because they're in the same place. And here's another hack. Everything in your home should have a place. What I mean is every item in your home should have a specific spot that you put it each and every time. That way you always know where it is. And that way when you find an item out of place, you know exactly where it should go back to. Now, the next thing is if you have items in your home that do not have a place, then you need to figure out Do I need to keep this thing or do I need to make a place for it in my home? For example, I have a pull-up bar here that I haven't used in a really long time. I have no place for it in my home at this time. This is something that I should probably get rid of because I just don't have anywhere to put it, and I have nothing I want to get rid of to make room for it as well. And that's a key point. If you have something that doesn't have a place, you need to actually get rid of something else to make space for it, or you need to get rid of that thing that doesn't have an actual place. The next hack is use the one in, one out rule. And what that means is every time you buy something or want to bring something into your home, you have to get rid of something else. The main thing about this is it really makes you stop and think, so you're not just buying stuff that you do not need. Now, if you do buy stuff that you don't really need and you end up in a situation like this, where I have a video game that I bought in 2019. I've never opened it. I've never played it. It still has the receipt on it. And I just didn't need it. I just bought it because like, oh, that's a really cool game or whatever. But I never even have played it really. And so the point is, you have something like this that I didn't really need at the time. I really thought about it. I wouldn't have bought it. But I haven't got rid of it because I do have space for it. But I've learned my lesson. I haven't impulsively bought another game like that since then. And here's another hack. Have a declutter drop zone. Now, what this is a place in your home where when you find clutter, you take it to that specific location. And generally you have different bins right there for, stuff you want to donate, stuff you want to sell, stuff that's like just trash in general. You have the different bins there. And then when you take it over there, you put it in the bin that you want to actually have it in. And then when it's all full and everything, you take it to wherever you need to take it to. The point is that you see it so you can get out of your home. But the other thing about this is you're putting it all in one place so you don't leave clutter in random places around your home as you are decluttering. Now that you know these secrets, I have another video about things I wish I knew sooner about organizing a room with ADHD. There are all sorts of different hacks in there that I think will be helpful to you. Go ahead, click that video when it comes up.